Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you and show you what to do with your hands when turning left and right while driving. This will be a beginner driving lesson, so let's get right into the video. I'm actually just going to go ahead and get onto the road, and I'm going to make many left and right turns, and then I'll show you what to do with your hands, okay? So check out my hands. Now, I'm not going to be addressing too much of the steering method, okay? Because I use different methods for different situations. Sometimes I use hand over hand. Sometimes I use the push-pull method. Other times I use one-handed steering. So I'm not really going to address that. What I will be addressing is whichever method you're using, what you should be doing. So your hands should never stay crossed when steering for a right or left turn. So I'm going to signal right. I'm going to do all my safety checks and stuff like that, but I'm not going to be outlining them because this is about the steering. So when I'm turning right, you can see my hands crossed for a moment when I was steering, but they don't stay crossed. They don't stay like this. So it's very important for your hands to not stay crossed when steering, okay? That's the first thing. Secondly, whichever steering method you are using, it is super duper important for your hands to stay far apart. So you can see I'm just trying to use different methods to show you. You don't want your hand to be steering and your hands are like this because you don't have very good control over the steering wheel and of the car. You want your hands to be far apart. So when you're steering for a right and left turn, you want your hands to be far apart, okay? The next thing that I want to address is how to deal with the steering wheel and how to turn it. So the amount to turn it will depend on the turn, but you can see I'm turning, holding, and then releasing the steering wheel. Very important, we're not continuing to steer throughout the turn. You'll see that probably 90% of my turning of the wheel is done before I even get to the halfway point in the turn. See, look, check this out. So 90% of my steering was done at the beginning of the turn. We're steering, holding the steering wheel in that position and releasing it. And like I said, the amount to turn the wheel is going to completely depend on the turn that you're dealing with. Sometimes I turn the wheel a full turn or more than a full turn. Other times it's going to be less. This is a somewhat sharp turn and I'm going to have to creep forward over here. So I'm going to have to turn the steering wheel quite a bit, okay? Basically, when you're steering, you want to keep all of those things in mind, and those things are going to be true with pretty much any steering method that you use. So if you use hand over hand steering, those things that I said are still going to be a reality of what you need to do. If you use the push-pull method, those are still going to be, what you need to do. If you use one-handed steering, the only difference is that you're not dealing with two hands being further apart because it's only one-handed. Now you'll notice there, what I did right there, because it was such a sharp turn of the wheel, is I turned the wheel a lot at first, but then I released it early. So you can, when steering for right or left turn, you can actually compensate for turning the wheel too much or too little. If you turn the wheel too little, you can hold it in the steered position for longer. If you turn the wheel too much, you can just release it early. So the good thing is that if you're oversteering or understeering with regards to how much you're turning the wheel, you can always make up for it. And yeah, it's very, very cool the way that steering works because you can take away from one thing to add to another thing. So yeah, that's basically it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.